Oh, you just pressed play on This Week with Drunk Astrology. My name is Graham Breitenstein. I'm your astrologer and the creator of Drunk Astrology. If you're looking for someone to make astrology make sense to you and for you, well, my friend, you have come to the right place. Here on this podcast, we discuss the weekly cosmic weather. And when we break it down, we break it down. I believe that astrology can be used as a tool to inform your daily decisions and enhance your day-to-day life. So if you're ready to have a hell of a lot of fun with astrology, make some strategic decisions, and to just keep it real, well, that journey starts right now. Hello, Astro lovers, and welcome to the podcast for the week of November 28th through December 4th, 2022. That's right. This week, we pull up on the last month of 2022, and it is promising to be a shaker and a maker as we enter 2023, which has a whole slew of energy waiting for us on the horizon. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about the highlights for this week. Mercury and Venus both have fights with Mars this week. So there's fighting words, but also a need to clarify direction and strategy and where we're going. Mercury and Venus also, they are the headliners this week. They also have squares to Neptune. So we are looking for clarity. Neptune, speaking of, is gonna be stationing direct this Saturday, December 3rd, which means Neptune's fog is gonna be kind of blanketing over the entire energy this week. So you might find that things just aren't happening as fast as you want them to. You're not moving as fast as you may want to. Might feel a little sluggish. You might need naps a lot this week. You might just have to take extra effort to clarify exactly what you want or exactly what you're looking for, because when we feel Neptune station this week and next week we'll get a little bit better because we'll be on the other side of the station, but this week you're gonna have to take some extra time. You're gonna either take extra time for yourself or take extra time to decide exactly what it is you're trying to say, the point you're trying to get across, because this week some people, with this Mercury-Venus happening at the same time as this Neptune station, some people might be coming off as a-holes, all right? So just be prepared that somebody might, they just might rub you the wrong way because the way they say something, it's the delivery that kind of takes precedent this week. And you just want to be cognizant of it and go, oh, okay, Mercury-Venus fighting with Mars, fighting with Neptune stationing, so it's just stopped. And Neptune is always just foggy and unclear and just makes us, a little frustrated, especially when we're trying to get something done. So this is the week that we have to be very intentional with how we say things and making sure that we've taken enough time to decide exactly what it is we want and how we expect to get it. Okay, so I'm going to give you just a real life example. My dog is getting groomed this week, and I typically I'm taking him to a place that he's been before, but I'm not really, it's not a place that I really liked, but they're the ones that have the earliest appointment, and it's just like, okay, I'm just going to take him there because he just needs to be groomed. His hair is really long, he's super shaggy, and that's just it. So I normally go and just take the same picture that I take to every single groomer, but still have not found any groomer that will actually cut it the way that I want it to be cut. But anyway, I was like, well, I guess I'll just do the same thing and just trust that it'll be, whatever he gets is going to be fine. And then I looked at the aspects this week and said, no, Graham, you're going to need to find other pictures. You're going to need to find detailed descriptions on like what it is by the paws and what it is by his butt, what it is by his face, and give really detailed. So I'm going to be that person this week, and that might, the groomer's probably going to be like, I've got fighting words for you, sir. But I think I just need to be more clear on what it is I want, because the picture's never been enough for any groomer to actually make it look the way that I want it to look. So I'm going to just more so get really clear on, I want the legs shaped like this, but I want his face moved like this, his ears, his tail, all the things. So anyway, that's just like a mundane example of how you can use this energy and use this podcast to anticipate what you might, what you already have coming up, but what you might be up against or the energy that you might be met with. You can just be prepared. Remember, Neptune is the ruling planet for Pisces. The opposite sign of Pisces is Virgo. So Virgo is very detail-oriented. It's very critical, and it's very service-minded, very work-oriented, but it's scheduled, it's regimented, it rules routines, and it's Earth. So it wants the actual... it needs to hear you say exactly what it is. So that's exactly how you should approach this week. Anything that you feel like you're kind of like leaving up to like, I'll just see what happens. You might not be too happy this week if you just, your way through, okay? I'd rather you anticipate on the front end, and so that you're over-prepared. So if things work out and everything is great, then thumbs up, great. You're extra prepared for the next moment you might have. But if things don't go the way you would like them to go, if you're just kind of like, then you have solutions already in your back pocket. So that's what you're going to do this week. Okay? So that's a good That's a good summary of the week's energy. Now, Mars is also working really nice with Saturn. So are Mercury and Venus. So we've got great relationships and great things moving forward motion with authority figures, VIP figures, bosses. There's great forward positive motion. It's just about being forthcoming, being honest, and moving with integrity. Right? So there's great things moving, but there's this blanket of fog and lack of clarity that's just kind of like, over the week. So we're going to work with that. We're going to talk with that more once we get past these special announcements, which is actually, there's only one, and that is that the Drunk Astrology web store is live and living color, people. There are all kinds of things living at drunkastro.com. for you and yours this holiday season and beyond. Okay, there are manifestation journals, which some of you have been yelling at me for years and years to make a journal, and guess what? I didn't make just one, I made two. There are coffee mugs, wine tumblers, duffel bags, Zodiac t-shirts, Zodiac hoodies. There is even a Drunk Astrology tracksuit. Okay, so guess what? Those of you that listen to this podcast early, you are really in luck because for Cyber Monday, your astrologer has activated a 15% off all purchases made from the time you hear this podcast through 11:59 p.m. on November 28th. Okay, so Cyber Monday, 15% off all purchases in that web store. And there are so many things. Now, I don't want you to just think that, because if you haven't seen it yet, you might be like, oh, okay, a shirt that says Aries. Y'all, this is Drunk Astrology. There is a Sign AF collection, so you're going to see what that looks like. So if you're an Aries, your shirt says Aries AF. And all 12 signs have their own versions of that. Different colors. There's a sunset collection that is just juicy and delicious. The manifestation journals, y'all, it's called the Find Your Zen Bitch collection, okay? So get in. Go to that Drunk Astro store and you get yourself prepared. I'm going to tell you one thing for sure. Those manifestation journals are going to come in real handy in 2023 because the things I got planned for you, baby, and that's starting in January. So I'm just saying, if you plan on spending your 2023 with me and prepping your year and getting ready for the year and knowing what to anticipate, baby, the manifestation journal, that's where it's at. Okay? So that's it. Code CYBER15. is the code, but I'm going to have that linked in the show notes, so you can, don't worry if you're like frantically trying to like write this down, or you're driving, or you're walking, running, doing laundry, whatever you're doing when you listen to me. I don't care what you do, as long as you're listening. But it'll be in the show notes, okay? So drunkastro.com. The web store is live. Cyber Monday sale is already live. So if you are listening to this podcast on Sunday, you can actually go ahead and get ahead of everybody and get your order in. I am so excited for you to see. I have been working on this web store for months. Months, I tell you. Working with design, working with the store setup, working with shipping and fulfillment. I mean, you guys, it has been a labor of love, but it has been laborious. But I'm so happy with it, and I hope you are too. Can't wait to see how, see the things that you love and hear about it when you get it on your doorstep. I will let you know that most items, they're all listed on there, but guaranteed shipment and delivery by Christmas is December 11th and 12th. All items are noted when you have to have your order in. So just know that December 11th, 12th, and 13th are your magic days. You want to get your orders in by those dates to guarantee delivery by Christmas, okay? So go check out that store and let me know what you think. And I'm just so excited about it. And it's part of this Sag new moon. And I hope you manifested last week under that Sagittarius new moon, because it's about expansion, it's about change, it's about growth, it's about travel, education, putting yourself in the spotlight, being the leader in your own life, whether that's at work and just your day-to-day, no matter where it is. That Sag energy is trying to expand, baby. It is trying to get you out of your comfort zone. And let me tell you something. Learning about product and shipment and fulfillment and how things work on the back end, out of my comfort zone, but I get to share with you, which makes me really nervous and excited and a little bit sweaty under my armpits, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I trust that you guys are going to love it, and that you're going to tell me you love it and share it, and, get all your cosmic-minded friends and family all the best gifts that they could ever want. Okay, that's enough for me ranting on about the Drunk Astro web store. And I appreciate all the support. I'm a small business. I'm an LGBTQIA plus owned business. So all the support that you show me, it means everything to me. So thank you. I really do appreciate it, and it does not go unnoticed. All right, let's move on to the moons. And before we do, don't forget, self-care of the week is at the end of this episode, and it's actually a really good one. Okay, let's talk about the moons. On Monday, November 28th, the moon is in Aquarius, and it goes void at 10:53 p.m. with a conjunction to Saturn. So conjunctions, can go either way. It can be, a dull roar. It could be a bore. Or it could be, some fighting, some stress within, power dynamics, or, a boss, a parent. It's the holiday season. So everybody in general is just kind of on one. So that conjunction can go either way. So that, just watch out for that. The moon actually that day makes a lot of really nice aspects. They're all sextiles. There's a little bit of a square to Uranus. There is a square to Uranus. So it could be a little bit of a little stress management needed, kind of having to problem solve in the moment. Square to Uranus can be an unexpected stress. But then moving on, Tuesday, November 29th, which is my birth mom's birthday. So I'm going to say happy heavenly birthday to my mama. But at 4:15 p.m., remember all the times I give you are Pacific Standard Time, so adjust for your time zones. But Tuesday, November 29th, the moon enters Pisces at 4:15 p.m. It's in Pisces all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday, and on Thursday, December 1st, the Pisces moon goes void at 6:44 p.m. with a conjunction to Jupiter. So again, conjunction, go either way. With Jupiter, it's either going to be really expansive and growth and opportunity and possibilities, and you're going to be feeling electric. On the other side of that, you could also feel overwhelmed. It can be stressful. It can be too much. And you can also just be really tired. The Pisces moon is answering to a stationing Neptune. It's not moving. It's fogged. It's just like, ugh. Might be a little sluggish this week, not going to lie. And if you feel sluggish and you're trying to push through your day, I'm telling you, the art of the 20, 30-minute nap is the sweet spot. I know it's not for everybody, but for me, it has changed my life to lay down when I just am like, I can't. My brain wants me to, and I'm just like, I just can't do it. It's just not happening. Baby, I'm telling you, that stuff right there changes your life. There is also a Pisces quarter moon on the 30th, Wednesday at 6:37 a.m., 8 degrees, 22 minutes of Pisces. So you're going to find that in your chart. Those of you that are my clients, you should have your birth chart, and you can find 8 degrees, 22 minutes. Now, especially if you have any mutable planets, that's Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, and Sagittarius, that quarter moon, it's stressful, right? It's ending something, it's finalizing something, it's kind of a push to forgive something, a push to, close out a cycle. Pisces rules self-sabotage. So if you're in any kind of, wow, that was a lot of repetition. If you're in any kind of self-sabotaging cycle that's just repeating over and over, that Pisces quarter moon might pull on it a little bit. It might yank it up a little bit. And you kind of have to look through everything, not with rose-colored glasses, but, kind of look at the reality too. That's the balancing act with the Pisces quarter moon. You want to look at what's real, what's fantasy, what's clear, what's unclear, and try to meet the two. Try to find that compromise between control and allowing. Woo! That's a word right there. Okay, then on Thursday, December 1st, the moon enters Aries at 8:41 p.m. It's in Aries Thursday night, all day Friday, most of the day Saturday, December 3rd, going void at 9:46 p.m. with a square to Pluto. So that Aries moon is separative. It is tense. It's got some kind of like stress or separation that requires action to get on the other side of. So you want to keep that in mind. Aries moon going void with square to Pluto. Some power dynamics, triangular things. Maybe one side isn't pulling its weight or something. Just keep that in mind. Then on Sunday, December 4th, the moon enters Taurus at 3:38 a.m. and it is in Taurus the rest of Sunday, all day Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, December 6th, going void at 11:02 a.m. with a sextile to Jupiter. So the end of the very tail end of the week is very nice, very expansive, very growth-oriented, and it's going to be working with Uranus and going void with a sextile to Jupiter. It's forward-moving, and it's got a lot of energy. So this week, there's we'll talk about these planets. So there's a lot of things moving this week, but there's also this like slug. So we've got this fog blanket over everything that we're trying to do this week, and your way through it is to take extra effort to define your terms or to be over prepared. Okay, now don't exhaust yourself. That's the thing. So the Neptune, see how funny working with Neptune is? Because Neptune makes you feel sluggish or tired and sleepy, but the way through that is to over prepare and not overwork though. Okay, it's just anticipate and have solutions already in your back pocket, but that process can't exhaust you. Oh, Neptune, that's why. Whew. Persnickety little thing, like, golly, can somebody help me through the fog? I got to do all of this just to evade craziness? Yeah, you do. Okay, so let's talk about what the planets do, because each day has a thing. So we're going to talk about it. All right, Monday, November 28th, Mars has a trine to Saturn, and that's just the great. That is fantastic. If you are working on something or you're going somewhere and you need approval or you need like a back and forth between someone that's in authority over you or someone that you work with or have some sort of like professional relationship with or personal, doesn't matter, either or. If if you've got an agenda, or you've got something that you need to check off your list, Monday is a great day to move on it and to get it done, and to collaborate, because Mars is in Gemini retrograde, yes, but he's really, he's working well with Saturn, with the structure and authority figures and parents and, just anyone in some kind of dynamic where you need something for them. Monday is a great day. There is an adjusting aspect between Venus and Uranus at 6:19 p.m., so keep that in mind. A little adjusting to Uranus, it can just be an unexpected hiccup in relationship dynamics. So keep that in mind. Monday is also when we feel the Neptune station. So just that's that blanket. That's the fog blanket. Now, Tuesday, November 29th, Mercury has an opposition to Mars at 12:30 p.m. These are fighting words, baby. So somebody, somewhere, and it could be around you, it can be you, it can be someone, coming to you or something. But somebody's got something to say about something, okay? And that's the thing about Sagittarius energy when it's coming from Mercury, is that he can be sharp-tongued, he can be a little too blunt, a little too honest, and it's all about that delivery. Opposition to Mars and Gemini, very chatty, can gas up, air and fire, air to fire expands and makes it bigger. So just keep that in mind. You want to really pay attention to, what are you really trying to say? Or what is this person really trying to say? And if they cross the line, then this is definitely an energy where you say, you know what, you're crossing the line. Also that day, Mercury has a sextile to Saturn. So it's like there's a little fight, there's a little like, what'd you say? Like, what? What the what? And then later that day, you're like, okay, all right, I changed. I made the move, or I did what I needed to do, and now that move is supported. So later on in the evening, 8:18 p.m., that's when that Mercury-Saturn sextile takes place, and that's now, kind of getting things back in order, getting things back together. And then Wednesday comes around, November 30th. We got the Pisces quarter moon, which are typically stressful days. With Pisces, it can just be that extra feeling of sluggishness. It can just be that, I've been working so hard, I'm just tired. Remember, balancing act. But then Venus has her opposition to Mars, and that means relationships are under fire. Relationships get a real testy nudge this week, and you might get fired up in some kind of VIP relationship dynamic. Okay, so I want you to keep in mind, what is it that you're really after? What is it that you're really trying to say? What are your goals? Can you meet in the middle, or is that just out of grasp? It's not happening. But this is the day where the masculine and the feminine really go toe to toe. So remember, oppositions, it's like a full moon. That's when the sun and moon are opposite each other. Well, now we got different planets opposite each other. They both got their fighting hands up. Right? So Venus is like, yo, I'm all about balance, but baby, you test me and I'm about to swing. And then Mars is like, swing then. Swing then, mother sucker. Let's go. Okay, so they're at it. Okay, they're going at it, and they both got lots to say. So just be mindful. And remember that oppositions are clarifying opportunities. They give you this chance to really declare, like, well, this is what I want and this is why. Okay, so that's where you some of that prep work that I've been encouraging you to do this week can come in handy if it has to do with, any fights you might be anticipating, any kind of stress or friction you're anticipating this week, get ahead of it. Now, also on Wednesday the 30th, Pallas Athena, our lovely strategist up in the sky, she is stationing retrograde in the sign of Cancer. So this is going to be a really interesting period of time with Pallas Athena retrograde in Cancer, because she's answering to the moon, and every 2.5 days, strategy is shifting and changing, but now we're going back. So we're going to watch how we're going to have to revisit what our ultimate strategies are in the Cancer areas of our chart. This might be something that I discuss on on a filmed horoscope for you all, and I send it through the Cosmic News Train. So if you're not on the news train, hit the link in the show note and put your email address into the little submission box, because that's where all the free horoscopes go in, and that's where this is going to be something to talk about. And lastly, on Wednesday, you hear how things go on Wednesday? The nodes are direct, and the nodes are actually going to be direct Wednesday this week all the way through Sunday. So Wednesday through Sunday, that's when you send your proposals, you send your pitches, you shake hands, you get out of the norm, and you go somewhere and you talk about how you want to expand, how you want to grow, how you plan on changing. Who do you need to talk to? Who do you need to discuss? Who do you think is out of your reach? They're not out of your reach. The nodes are direct. We're in Sagittarius season, which is all about just go, get out, go there, do whatever, take that trip, say yes, try everything, be adventurous, be spontaneous. That's the nature of the season we're in, okay? So get out there. Now, Thursday, December 1st, this is a very busy day. Now, Monday's a busy day because the moon's got lots of aspects, but so is Thursday, December 1st. Lots of aspects. But the planets, we have our Mercury square Neptune at 5:08 p.m. So now this is the need for clarity. This is like, just tell me what it is. Give me the truth. Make it make sense. And I will say this, the last half of the week, y'all. If you're a liar or a cheater, you better beware this week, because when we've got Mercury and Sag seeking for the truth, squaring Neptune, which has got something to hide, baby, you might just, if you've been doing something that you shouldn't be doing, good luck, because it might come out this week. It might come out. So I'm just going to let you know now. Liars and cheaters, you better beware. You might be getting caught on your stuff this week. Okay, but also on Thursday, lane switch, plot twist, Venus has her sextile to Saturn. So Mercury has it on Tuesday, where he's like, okay, all right, I got my stuff together. And now Venus comes on Thursday at 7:09 p.m. and goes, all right, now this is, okay, let's connect. Let's connect and let's relate. Let's establish what this is within our dynamic, our relationship dynamic, and let's move forward in this way. Okay? So that's positive. That's great. So Mercury is going to be clearing through some stuff on Thursday, but then Venus is going to come on the other side of that a couple hours later and go, all right, let me just put that over there, and now let's connect and ground and establish our building blocks on Thursday. Let's just get down to brass tacks. Let's go. On Friday, December 2nd, there's no planetary aspect, but remember, the nodes are direct. So get out there. Moon's in Aries too, so you got to be fearless and bold. Okay, so Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday, be bold, be fearless. Go where no man has gone before. Be the bold ass leader that you need to be. Okay, thank you. On Saturday, that is the day that Neptune stations direct at 4:15 p.m. So, that's the fog blanket. Also, hours later, Venus has her square to Neptune, so now the relationships again. The Venus-Mars opposition earlier in the week was like pow, pow. And then Venus squares Neptune like, you know what, I've already been through a lot this week. I've had to work through a lot. So just like, let's get clear. Let's get clear about what this is, because this doesn't make any sense. And if it's not making any sense, then we got to figure out what this is. We got to talk about it. And if you're not willing to talk about it, I don't really know what you want to say. And also, a minute after that square to Neptune, the Sun has a trine to Chiron, which is a lovely, lovely, just feeling bomb, but feeling bomb in like a good way. Because Sun trining Chiron is like, hey, this used to be like a trigger. This used to be like some self-doubt, and we're actually moving through that self-doubt. Look at what you've done. Look at what you've accomplished. Like, give yourself a pat on the back. If you need to cry, go ahead and cry. But the Sun's in Sag, Chiron's in Aries. I mean, Chiron in Aries is pretty dramatic. But Sun in Sag is more like, man, I really overcame that shadow stuff. I really did that. So be happy with yourself, okay? So whatever kind of obstacle you overcome this week, and especially around the weekend, give yourself a pat on the back. Just give yourself a big old hug. You deserve it. On Sunday, there are no major planetary aspects. The Taurus moon doesn't make any aspects either, but the nodes are direct. So again, still great days to write that message, send that, just go out, get out of the norm, okay? I think that's it for the week. I'm taking a look around. I'm going to talk about Jupiter next week because Jupiter is going to enter the last degree of Pisces next week, and it's called the anaretic degree. We're going to talk about that next week because that's going to be a big push of energy. So that's it, folks. Check out that web store. Get on the news train if you're not already on it. And what was I going to say? There was one last little sign off. Oh, the self-care of the week. Oh my gosh, Graham, what is gotten into you? Okay, the self-care for the week of November 28th through December 4th, 2022 is to create art. Ooh. And what does art mean to you? Now, some of you might be like, well, I'm not artistic. I'm not creative. I don't know. You know what? This is more like, you know what? Neptune is stationed and in Fogland all week. That's also nostalgia. So if you want to, and Neptune, Pisces, rules music, dance, art, poetry. So this is the time, if you're a painter, pick up your brush. If you're a poet or you just love to read poetry, pick up the book or pick up your pen. Write it. Ask yourself if you're feeling this week like, oh, God, I can't. Or I'm just not that way. Ask yourself, what's blocking me? What's stopping me from trying something, from creating something new, creating something beautiful? Okay? That's your work. All you have to do, and remember, you're co-creating this life. Your life is art. It's an art piece, baby. It's an art piece. So you're co-creating with the universe, and if you're listening to this podcast, then you know that. So if your life is going to be your masterpiece, then, baby, how do you stroke that brush this week? Whoop, whoop. Oh, I feel that. I'm getting chills. Oh, I'm getting little goose pimples. Whew. On that note, go take care of yourself this week. Create something. Share it with me, why don't you? Tag Drunk Astrology on Instagram. I would love to see it. That's it for me. I hope you have a wonderful week. I will see you throughout the week on social media and in your inbox. Talk to you soon. Have a wonderful week. Bye. This is Graham Breitenstein, and you've been listening to This Week with Drunk Astrology. If you want to follow Drunk Astrology, head to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and hit that follow button. And if you want to learn how to put astrology in motion for you, head to drunkastro.com and get on the insider list. If you haven't already, subscribe, rate, and review this podcast on Apple, Spotify, and Google platforms. Tune in next week for yet another opportunity to work in sync with the stars. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.